Welcome everybody, Bruce Jones here, and welcome to another one of our training, Maps for Design training videos. So hi, I'm Bruce Jones, and I'm the creator of the Maps for Design customizable PowerPoint maps. They're used for presentations, reports, media, education, nonprofits, whatever you need, a map that you need to customize in PowerPoint that you can change all the elements and make it any way that you want. We have that, and I'm going to show you a little bit how to use it. So in this training today, I'm going to just walk you through taking one of my basic USA maps. I'm going to run through how to color it, add text, put a location, enlarge and reduce, delete some elements, the power of the shift key, and just setting up a sales territory. So these are all things that people do with our maps all the time, and you can learn more about them at mapsfordesign.com. We have USA maps, state maps, county maps, world regions, well over 100 different countries. All are royalty free and all just work right in PowerPoint. They're PowerPoint files and they're easy to customize. So let's dig in. Let's just get right into it here. And so this is one of our most popular. That's probably the most popular map that we have. And each map package comes. You can see on the side here. Right there, running down the side, right there, running down the side. You get a map that has the 50 state names on it. You'll get a map that's just the outline, just the colored maps, an outline map. We also put in just one with a solid color. So we're going to work with this map. This is the basic map, and this is editable. And what I mean by that is each element in here is an individual shape or object or text that you can color. So I've just selected Texas, and what I'm going to do is let's put this up so we know where we are. We're going to this is this map, the US 50 state editable PowerPoint map, and we're going to be changing colors. So that's the first thing as we work our way through the thing. So what I mean by that is you just need to select it with your pointer. This is a standard PowerPoint file, works with PCs, Macs, doesn't really matter. It's all just PowerPoint. And I can come up to my toolbars up here, and I can just change the fill from the green to a yellow. As simple as that. It's just a super easy thing that you can do. We give it to you in all these different colors because people seem to like that better than they liked the solid color. So that's what we did, get it in the green, in all these colors. So all you have to do is just click on any one, and I'm going to show you over here. One of the things that's really powerful is your shift key. So on your keyboard, right here, you have, let's get that in front of the camera, you have the shift key right here, and that allows you to select different elements at the same time. So if I hold down my shift key, I can select Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Idaho all at the same time. They're all individual objects, and I can just come up to my shape fill, and I can just make them all green if I wanted to, or make them all blue. Really super easy to do. They're also movable. Each one of these is a separate element, so I could take the state of Washington and just pull it out, make a custom map with it, or I could select Arizona here, and I can just hit the delete key and do it. So very, very easy to color and change any of the elements that are in here. Now, one of the things that people always want to do, so that's one of the first things that people do, is they just want to change the colors and make them what they want. They also want to add text. So you'll notice there's some text names in here. So I've just put in, this particular map has the 2-letter state names, and each one of these is customizable, or I can add text. So you'll notice in PowerPoint, you have insert text box, or right up here in this ribbon area, this area where all the things that you can do. Remember, you have all kinds of things you can do in PowerPoint. I have a text box. I just click on that and click, and now I can type. So I'm just going to type USA territory map, right? And I can just select that text by clicking on it or dragging over it. Basic things that we do in PowerPoint all the time. And I can just come up to my text, and I can just change it to maybe something like so, and just move it around. Remember, we can move things in PowerPoint text. When I put the cursor in the text, I'm editing text. But when I move it to this the little boxes around the outside, when you click on it, you'll see these 8 little handles. I can just notice how it changes from a text tool to a little star, and that means I can move this. It's an object that I can move all around the screen. So like so. And if I wanted to change the color, I can just select it. I just triple clicked on it there and selected it. But I can drag over. I can just come up to my text tools. Remember, shape fills and colors and things are over here. Text tools are over here. And I'm just going to make it sort of a burgundy color. And there we go. I can put anything I want in here. So it's just a PowerPoint slide. We just figured out how to get a map into it. So that's one way to do text. Another is I can just, again, I can make a spot, and maybe I'm just going to put a city name. So I'm going to put Houston. So I'm going to select it. Hope I spelled that right. And I'm going to pick a font like so. And we're going to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to drag it right up onto the map like so. But I'm going to make this map yellow so I can see it a little easier. Make text is yellow, put Houston, and I'm going to do it. And that leads us to our next thing, which is adding a location. We often want to add sales locations to our maps. So we have a number of ways and things that we have to do that. So I just added Houston here, and I think Houston's right up in that area. So up at the top here, we have a bunch of different stuff. One of them is the shapes. You'll notice if I click on shapes, I'll come all these different shapes. So a good one is just the circle, right? So I just selected the circle, and I'm going to hold my shift key to keep it proportional. And I'm just going to drag it out, and I'm going to make it red. And now I have a nice red dot, and I can put it right where Houston is to highlight. Maybe that's where my sales office is, something like that. Let's go do another one. Let's do the star. Star is kind of fun too. I'm going to hold the shift key. If I don't hold the shift key, it'll do this. But if I hold the shift key, it stays proportional. And I can do that. And I can click on here, and it's red. So now I'm going to delete that, and we'll put the star here. And then we'll move this around. You can see very quickly, you can quickly put together a presentation of your territory, your locations, your offices, whatever you want to do right on your map. So pretty cool thing to be able to do and sort of highlight things. Let's talk a little bit about enlarging and reducing. People want to do this all the time. And make the map big, make the map small, or make a section small. So what I'm going to do is just take this map, show you how. Let's get rid of Houston. Let's get rid of the star. Let's get rid of this. And I'm going to get rid of this is Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands. We'll just take those off. And what I'm doing, actually, let me show you how to do this, because we'll come back to reducing in a minute. This is deleting. And often if I'm talking to someone on the phone and say, just delete things, they're like, I don't know how to do that. So I'm just going to select these. Notice I'm clicking and just dragging around with my mouse. All right, just take the mouse, drag around. As long as you go around the whole outside, you will select all of it. I can click on something, or I can drag around it, and I will also select that. But I'll select everything that's in there. So let's just drag those. And then on my keyboard, so on the keyboard, you have a backspace or delete key. Usually right up here in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm on a Mac keyboard. This is the delete key, but on a PC, it'll be the backspace key. Both work exactly the same. Whoops, come back. And I just hit that key, and they just go away. Pretty simple. So just get rid of all this stuff that's on here. So now I'm going to do is just resize this map. And the way to do that, this is in PowerPoint, so it's really easy to do. First, I'm going to, and this is sort of a thing is I never want to remember Hansel and Gretel? Like, you don't want to destroy the cookie trail. Like, you don't want to do things that you can't get back to. So normally what I would do is if I have a map and I want to do some real customizing to it, I'll leave my original here. So let's just bring all that stuff back. And let's bring that back for a second so we can come back to it. And I'm going to just select everything, right? And drag around all these elements. and I'm going to copy it. So I'm just going up to my file, or I can use it on my keyboard, and I'm just going to go to edit. I'm sorry, go to edit, just do copy, right? Just do copy. Now I'm going to just make a new slide. So I'm just going up here to the, up in the ribbon area. I'm just going to say new slide. I'll just work on a blank slide so I don't wreck my original. I'm just going to do this, or have a chance of wrecking it. And I'm just paste it right here on the slide, okay? So now I'm going to get rid of, use my delete key, get rid of USA, get rid of Houston, get rid of this. I'm going to drag all around this, select everything. Then I'm going to hold my control key down, or right click if you're on a PC, click, hold, and group it. This is the key for doing this. I'm going to group it. You have group and ungroup. You can see group there. And hopefully that comes out. Let me just make sure that if this comes out. Oh, you don't see that little window. There's a little window that pops up for group. So just remember, use your control key or your right key, and you'll get a little window that pops up for grouping things. Lots of stuff that's in the mouse. And now that this is all one object, notice I went from zillion objects to just one object with the 8 handles. Hold my shift key, and I'm going to just pull this in like so. Look at that. I can make it smaller and move it around wherever I want. Or I can do the same thing, go in the opposite direction, and I can make it bigger or smaller. So let's just, for the moment, we're going to make this smaller. But notice that the text didn't scale, all right? So the way we deal with that is, while it's grouped, just come up to the text window, and we'll just make this text smaller. Let's see here. We'll just grab that. It's 8, and we're going to make it 7, and the text gets a little smaller. So there you have it. That's how you can enlarge or reduce your object. And then you can, again, you can go right back into this. If you just click on any one of these, you can just fill them. They're still individual objects. They're just all grouped together. So it just keeps it working really well. So, all right, let's come back up to our original. And let's see here. Now we are going to go. We've done enlarging, we've done changing colors, we've done adding text, we've added location, we've deleted elements, we've enlarged and reduced elements. We talked about the shift key, the power of the shift key, so you can select multiple things at the same time. Let's create a sales territory map. That's something everybody wants to do that uses their maps in some way. That's the most common thing, is to create a sales territory map. So do that. All right, so I'm going to work with this same map. And again, I'm going to do what I just talked about. Let's just delete this. Actually, we can make this big. We'll just do it right from here. So we're just going to bring that up. So we'll make it nice and big, like so. Okay, so we're going to make our sales territory map. We're going to add some text. So we're going to say XYZ sales territories. So that's our imaginary company, XYZ. We're going to make the fonts. We're going to come up here to our fonts. We'll make that black. Right, we're just going to kind of move it. Again, just move it around. You see all those little arrows come to kind of help you. They kind of try to line everything up. So you just kind of put that here in the middle. And now what I want to do is I want to set up 3 sales territories in the USA map. So I'm not going to touch the text. This text is all editable. I'm just going to leave it alone. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is just ungroup this again, just to make it a little easier. All right. So now what I'm going to do is just come in and hold my shift key. Remember, we talked about the shift key. And I'm just going to select these different states. So I'm going to have a Western territory. I'm just selecting them. You notice you can see the little handles, the little boxes that appear around each state. That tells you it's been selected, and that tells you you can do something with it. So we're going to make a Western territory, and we're going to make that orange, okay? And then we're going to make a Southern territory. We just kind of come in here, and we're just selecting things. And maybe I hit Virginia. I didn't mean to hit it. I can click it again. It'll select or deselect. Notice that, how it selects or deselects. We'll do Kentucky, Missouri, Kansas. All right, let's make that color yellow. Just keep this simple. And then for the rest of the states, I'm just going to click on them. And you can move through this pretty quickly. You can see it's not taking me very long to kind of do this. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. And we'll make those, let's make those like green. And this is PowerPoint. So you see, it's a little tricky trying to get into those smaller states. So I can just use my scale at the bottom here. Oops. And then I can get in nice, I can get in tight and select those. Okay. And we're going to make, and this Vermont up here, we're going to make it to that color. All right. So now we have done, let's bring this back down in size. So now we have set up basically a territory map. Okay. So let's put on here, let's go to our star, and we're going to make the headquarters for each of them. So I'm just going to put some red into that. So we'll do one at San Francisco, and I'm going to do my Command key D or Alt D, just duplicate it. I'm going to put one here in Boston, and let's do one in we'll do one in Miami. So those are the headquarters for the 3 different sales territories. I'm just going to grab some text, and I'll show you a little quick trick here. So San Francisco, okay, make sure I spelled it right. If I don't, let me know, because I'm good at drawing maps, but spelling isn't my thing. And I'm going to make this maybe that size. I'm just going to move this here. And then instead of having to sort of do a new block each time, I can just take the existing one and duplicate it or copy and paste it, and it picks, I can then just type into the same one. So I just duplicated one of those. Boston. Right. We can put this probably here. We'll put Miami down here. Right. So now what we've done very, very quickly is we've put together a sales territory map or a regional map or whatever kind of thing that you're doing. You can make it, change the colors. You can put stuff together. There you go. Now let's just do something, another one. We're going to make another page, another slide. So I'm just going to make a duplicate slide. Oops, let's just do this new slide. There we go. Come back to this map, and I want to be able to just sort of highlight one area. So let's take this. Let's take this top area here. I'm just going to drag all around it, and I'm going to end up picking up a couple of the states next to it, but that's okay. We'll just delete them. I'm going to copy that, come into my new slide, paste it, right? And now I'm going to group it. And now I can enlarge this area. So I've created a custom, oops, let's hold on a second, bring that back. Let's hold the shift key when I enlarge this. Let's hold the wrong key, keep it proportional, make it sure it looks good. And now I've enlarged that area. So we're just going to delete. I'm just double clicking on these and deleting them. That deletes. It's that. Just click on it the second time, and it should. There. And the same thing here. We're going to just delete these and delete this. So now I have enlarged my map. Let's just take this. I'm going to copy this. What I like about PowerPoint is when you copy and paste, things go back in the same spot. So I'm going to do sales territories, Boston. So this is the Boston sales territory. Now I've enlarged this and highlighted it, and maybe this will make this a little bit smaller. So it's crazy big. There you go. So now you have it. Now you can come in here and customize this. So you can set up a map. Here's our sales territories for nationwide. Let's go look at the Boston area, and then you can assign these colors to all the different sales reps, and you can kind of drill in there and add more information and do whatever kind of stuff you want to it. So very, very, very flexible and easy to customize. So there we go. All right. So let's just wrap it up here. We learned about how to color. This is an editable map in PowerPoint. And we have learned how to change the colors of this editable map. We learned how to add text, add a location, enlarge and reduce, delete elements, the power of the shift key where you can select several objects at the same time to color them all at once. So you're not doing everything at the same time, over and over and over again, and create a sales territory. So learn more. You can pick it up at Maps for Design, or the link is above or below this map. Somewhere in the video, it's in the description or it's around, and you can learn more about it. And thanks for joining. All right, we'll talk to you next time. All right, bye-bye.